Hi, Dr. Mary with 4 Points Family Chiropractic. This is going to be a quick little discussion about setting New Year's resolutions and how to do them in a way that kind of sets you up for success. I have already been asking people and hearing from people that resolutions are set, and they're great ones. They're really nice to hear what people kind of care about and want to be focusing on. But we are already in the second week of January. And typically within the first month, most everybody has given up on their resolutions. And that gets really frustrating when you revisit it again and again and again, and you can kind of commit yourself to them. But there's some things to think about and mind shifts to make that make it a lot easier to stick with them through the year. So one of the things I really like is that you can kind of change how you think about your resolutions. And what I mean by that is don't focus on the outcomes, focus on the values. So a lot of people will set one we hear really commonly is like, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. Instead of giving yourself like a hard number that you want to hit, give yourself kind of a concept that you want to be achieving. So I want to move my body every day for at least 5 days a week for 20 minutes a day. Even if you don't hit it, you have the intention set, and that builds a habit, right? You're going to be moving your body and doing it with the goal of doing something for yourself. But then you're not getting discouraged when you break down that 20 pounds and you're not hitting certain landmarks that you feel like you need to. So go for the value, not necessarily the goal. Another good one to consider is, what other values do you have? Family time, building time in your community, that sort of thing. And then that way you can kind of reverse engineer what you're going to be doing. And then your resolution is more of a vibe instead of a hard and fast rule or some goal that you need to hit. I also like the idea of deciding on processes. So those processes can be things like we said, like moving your body, making sure you cook a couple of meals a week, just building these things into your habits so that at the end of the year, you've achieved something really big, but through tiny steps as you go. I like the idea also of being pretty flexible with your goals, and you can be specific, but also flexible. So what I hear a lot is people want to spend more time meditating or doing mental work. So instead of being really rigid with yourself, like I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes every day, set the goal to meditate 3 times a week. And whenever it happens, it happens. And that way you're hitting a specific goal, but you're being really flexible with yourself, because something I'll see is that people won't be hitting their specific goals. And so they just kind of give up. And it's actually much, much better to have something that's kind of fluid that you can visit, revisit, and that way you're way more likely to achieve something versus just kind of setting yourself up for failure by being really rigid with your rules and what you're expecting of yourself. Mindset over perfection, kind of what I was just saying. I tend towards, if it's not perfect or it's not ready to launch, then I just won't do it, versus just, do your best and, an animal, aim, shoot, fire, or there's a better way to say that, but just kind of do it. Just get out there and do it. And then you can kind of polish and revisit it later. And I also really, my favorite tip probably that has worked the best for me is I have to pair my intentions with a habit that I already have. Otherwise, trying to add something into my system, into my routine is really, really difficult for me. So just a reminder that a really good way to do this is to add in your resolution or your intention with something that you were already doing. So the example I use, if I'm going to add anything into my day successfully, if I do it around making a cup of coffee in the morning, it'll happen. And the best way for me to do that is to set the thing that I need next to the coffee pot so that I will do it. So my goal this year is to be kind of journaling more and spending more time on self-reflection. The journal and the pen are going to go right next to the coffee, and it will absolutely get done. I'm going to be flexible with myself. It's not going to happen every single day, but I'm going to set the goal to do it 3 times a week. So if you have any questions, by all means, and drop your resolutions or your intentions in the comments, and we'll all see what we're kind of focused on for the year. All right. Thank you.